Hi, and welcome to College Planning Untangled, where we help simplify the college planning process for families out there that are stressing out. How are you doing, Bobby?
Just great. So yeah, we talked last week about, like trying to figure out about going to college. And this is another thing that is just, yeah, trying to deal with these stresses, right?
Right. And so I was looking up just different research, and I was just, wanting to figure out what parents stress out about
Hmm.
when they're, about their teenagers. And out of the four that came up, Bobby, one of them was, will they go to college?
Yeah. Will they be able to get into college? Right. And
Yes.
will they go? Yeah.
And will
And
they go?
yeah.
Well, and there can be several things that happen, right? They might be stressed that, "Oh, my kid's not smart enough, my kid may not wanna go." All of those are out there, but one thing that I know that they stress about is whether their kid can get in.
Yeah. Especially, yeah, lately there are all these scary stories. There are always scary stories about like all these things. And I think everybody just thinks college is these 10 schools or something, right?
Yes, and I gotta tell you, Bobby, I realize we're in a little bubble where I'm at, okay? But it seems to be that the most of the kids around here, if they wanna get into college, there's a college for them.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Okay, let me scour the internet. How hard is it for somebody to get into college?" And I ran across a website that I will put in the chat that talked about, you could put in your stats, and I said, okay, let's pretend I've got a kid that has a 2.5 grade point average, got an 800 on the SAT, which
Mhm.
is fairly low score.
Yeah.
And got his a 16 on his ACT, which is a lower
Okay.
score. What colleges can he get into?
Mhm.
And there were still a lot of colleges, Bobby, that 100% he could get into. So
Absolutely.
and I think what I'm trying to do here is say, if you want to go to college,
Mhm.
there is a college for you, okay? And, I don't want parents to stress about that part. And, you and I have talked a lot about you don't want your kid going to a college that he can't get into anyway because
Mhm.
it's not the right place for him.
Absolutely. And but I think that is just people think, oh, well, there's, the 10 schools in my state that a lot of people go to. But then there's 50 others, right? And absolutely, you want to go to a school where you're going to be able to compete, be able to be successful, be able to graduate the degree, graduate in 4 years, all that, right? And there are plenty of places where you can do that. And I think a lot of people think, if you can't go to these 10 schools or whatever, then you have to go to community college. And community college is wonderful, right?
Yeah.
But community college is for 2-year degrees and things like that, and certificates and things like that. But you don't. It doesn't have to just be that. There are plenty of 4-year universities and colleges that students can get into, even with that bottom 25% GPA and bottom 25% score. SAT and ACT score.
Well, would
So
you
yeah.
call 2.5 bottom 25%?
Oh right. No, I think that's a bottom 25% SAT and ACT score, and probably
Okay.
like a what right in the middle, right? That's like a
Yeah.
50th percentile GPA, right? And so I
Well,
think that
depending
is
on where you go to school.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right, right. But the point is, yeah, if probably like if you put in a GPA of 2 or 1.5, then yeah, it does get, you like it gets a little more challenging, but there still are schools, right? Because there are schools that are just there to give students the opportunity, right? Lots of them.
Yeah. If they want it, right? So,
Exactly.
and I think that that was the point of this. It's like there's still an opportunity. You just have to know where to look. And in the description, I put the website. We were messing around with my computer before this, so I lost the website off here. But it's on. I put it into the notes. So go and look there if you're just wondering how where your kid can go and what percent chance they give you. What
Mhm.
percent chance you can get in, which is kind of cool.
Oh, that's really great.
And I think it takes a lot of that stress off of parents to go, oh my gosh.
Mhm.
And Bobby, we talk about this all the time. Even the schools that you really want to
Mhm.
go check it out on this website because now you get a percent chance and there's a lot less stress around is my kid going to get into that school?
Absolutely. And here, I'll put that website into the chat. It is the College Vine College Acceptance Simulator.
Thank
right?
you. And you do have to
And
sign in to get in there, by the way, people, but it
sure.
was, they made it really easy.
So you can get
What's
a
that?
free account there, sign in, right?
It was a
And
free
run this
account.
deal. And yeah, and so this is the thing too. Also, like if you go to any of these accredited, colleges around the United States, hundreds and hundreds of them, if you go and you are successful and do well, you also can probably transfer to another school very easily, right? The point is to go if you are interested in college, go succeed, get a nice, GPA there, show that you are competitive in college, then you can transfer to other colleges too, right?
Right.
So don't ever count a student out. Just expand your search beyond the 20 places you've heard of, right?
Yep.
And that's it.
And by the way, I did put in our zip code and it was giving me schools in Texas and it gave me schools further away. So I mean,
Oh,
there's
that's interesting.
there.
Yeah.
Yes.
It automatically kind of centers the search, gives you options both local and far. That's
It
really great.
does. And here's one other thing. You could go in there and adjust it. So
Mhm.
if they're a junior and they get a better score, let's say in the SAT,
Yeah.
ACT, and then Bobby, it goes back to, then you know what score you need. So they're not
Right.
out here going, I need a good score. And you're like, well, what's a good score? I don't know. Well, now you know.
Well, and absolutely. And it gives you these percentage chances, right? Because if you just listen to other people, they're like, oh, you got a high score on the ACT. So you can just write your check and go anywhere you want to. And that's not the case, right?
No.
It's still a percentage chance, and all that. And you don't have to all apply to the most selective college in the nation.
No, you go where it's right for your kid, and
Exactly.
these might be the schools that are right for your kid. And by the way, I also put in there that this kid did not take any AP courses, that they
Mhm.
did not take any dual credit, they were not in any activities. So,
Yep.
I made it
Right.
as,
Yeah.
so
The student who has just kind of, plowed through and just, been doing their own thing and hasn't been super interested, but then suddenly they decide, hey, I would like to go to college, but they haven't done all those things that the kids in the rat race have been doing for years and years. And so you think, oh, they haven't done this. Can they still go to college? They certainly can.
Yeah.
If they're interested, if they show interest. There are places, absolutely, lots and lots of places.
all right.
And yeah, that's it. Well, this is great. Great to continue that conversation of just finding those big things people are stressed about and showing them why, you don't need to stress.
Quit it. Just
That's
quit
right.
it.
Exactly.
All right.
All
Thanks,
right.
Matt.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.